Okay, and we're live again, and hopefully this time it goes better. Um, yeah, that blood wiper guy could join across. Anyway, yeah, King crashed. I'll probably upload that anyway, but now we're trying Ward, which hopefully goes better. Teams have had about 15 minutes to plan everything out for this map, so a lot less time, but it's a relatively simple map. Originally meant to be provided as a successor to Duststorm. And the other things worth mentioning, say each of the spawn points in the sort of cliff areas tends to have like level 2 turret spawns that you can capture. It will spawn a couple of turrets there and can help you solidify a spot. It's quite an old map, so maybe graphically it's a little bit dated, but it should be quite fun. I'm hoping the server doesn't crash again. Playing 25 versus 25, and we still appear to have more people joining, which is a problem. Anyway, let's see how this goes. So we've got a relatively even split, probably quite similar to Duststorm, I guess. Though the refineries on this map are quite even, but I imagine there'll be quite a bit of emphasis placed on the centres. It's again some of the only real hard cover on the map, though it's not a lot of it. It's not really the ruins on Duststorm. It's substantially less of it, and it can turn into a bit of a meat grinder, really. Though it is relatively easy to defend. And I'm sure my co-caster isn't AFK. I'm sure he is here.
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
watching Xray take the middle base. He seems to have a definite advantage from Xray side to holding that middle bit.
Well, I mean, they approached it very quickly. I mean, if you look at Quebec, they didn't even put much emphasis. I mean, most of them, they've run across it now, and they can't believe their luck. I mean, they've not encountered anyone along their way, so they're cutting straight into here. I can't believe how much distance they're getting there. But it seems like there's been a lot of emphasis on getting the northern areas for Quebec. So we'll just see. There's going to be quite a lot of click on. We've got Zoom here trying to hold the high ground, throwing some grenades down at those guys. And if we've got kind of a similar pattern as we go around, seems like go on.
You've got the JPL dudes taking the main base now of Quebec on the hill.
Surprised by just how little room, like there's just nothing in the main base here. They've left it completely open, and now there's mortars coming in. And lolly, I'm not seeing anyone reacting. There's no kill spawns. I mean, I don't even know what this is. The Raxa's down. Is Lolly even there? I don't really know what's... Well, one's hit his CV now, in case he hasn't noticed. Oh, he has noticed, finally.
Now he notices.
But, well, okay. So, Quebec are looking... Probably... They haven't had the best start here, it could be said. Right? They've lost a lot of ground in a very short space of time.
I don't know, they've got the north and the south, and they're about to take the southeast corner as well. They've got a secondary Rex not too far away from their main base.
The main thing is, though, their two forces are split. They've got Xray is split right down the middle. They're going across the whole map. They've got like a sort of a constant area of territory, whereas Quebec are very much split onto two corners of the map now. So, be interested to see how they play, and what this squad now, who originally just took the main base of the barracks next to the command vehicle. I'd be interested to see what this squad of Hashtar, Amatoxin, Neoni, Dragon. I'm interested to see what they accomplish now. So they're going for that refinery right there, which again hasn't been reinforced still. It's just so it's as good as gone, really. And we've got vehicles now coming out for Xray. They've got a vehicle factory. I'm seeing 3 or 4 jeeps on the map already. So they must have I suppose wages can pay for that. I'm not exactly sure. So they've got an APC up in the north, which is wrapping around, which I think is pretty important. They're not wasting any time on hunting for these refineries. It's worth saying, no one stopped in mid at all. No one. So, clearly they've decided not to place any priority on that.
I think if Quebec doesn't get out some vehicles soon, they can just be overrun with APCs and light tanks, even though they have the resource advantage for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, where are they going to be placing at the moment? That they need to reinforce an area that they can build as their base. Right now, they're so split up. They just seem very disorganized. If I'm honest, there's not like they're losing areas left, right, and centre. That like just single refineries that aren't really reinforced. Like their own guys are pushing ahead of barracks and whatnot. But I mean, if they
Xray definitely has the advantage. They're pushing. They've got the high ground on all the bases surrounding them.
But now, if we see this as a squad, there's a Quebec squad over in the Xray main base. But they have been spotted. They've been spotted. Senor Awesome, Hopfy, and Angry. They've all been spotted. So clearly they they've got Spike himself, the team leader, and Insignius just laying down. Yeah, that squad is getting nothing from that now. But I mean, it created a bit of space, I guess. But
space created to build that base in the south.
Yep, and that's what they really need right now. They need a secure base where they can. I mean, they don't even have a radar. Well, they've just seen it go up on the mini map, but they've only just got that up very recently, so they've got to be behind on research now as well, which is a pretty big deal. If we look at their previous main base, it's only really a Rax and a refinery that. Can you see how many resources Quebec have built up? Like they've got to have.
They've got 1,200 on Quebec, and they've only got 100 on Xray, obviously because they've been building a load of vehicles.
Yeah, and buildings, I guess. But I expected more to have been built up, to be honest. Like on seeing as they haven't had any vehicles out yet. It's a bit of a problem really for them. If they don't get vehicles out soon, they're not going to take any ground. They're never going to get the opportunity to get up a vehicle factory again. I mean, right now, this base in the southeast is very contested. They've pretty much got this area in the west, and that's it. You know, they're just getting strangled.
Yeah, it's these Jeeps and APCs. They allow Xray to get wherever they want on the map very quickly.
Yeah, they're really exploiting the mobility, and they've been pulling them left, right, center. The problem is if they lose that base in the southeast, then suddenly they're just going to get locked in this cliff area here and get attacked from all sides, and it's going to be very difficult to hold on to that once the mortars start flying over the hills.
Yeah, these secondary bases they've set up in the south and the west, it's really hard to hold because of those hills are surrounding. If they kept their main base, they could have a stronghold there because it's way easier to hold because there's no high ground surrounding it.
Yep. I mean, that's really the play I feel like they should be making right now. Send a squad to take back their old main base and get a vehicle factory up there. But having said that, at the same time, I can still see people on that hill. You know, so who are actually attacking the other areas. We got this full same squad before, Hashtanioni, etc., and they're still up on this hill. And now there's a vehicle factory in old fashion. Though we are seeing one go down. Finally, Quebec are getting up a vehicle factory, but is it going to be too late?
Yeah, they've lost nearly all their refineries. They've got one left.
Yep.
I have a feeling it's just going to be a straight out push for the win. There's no way they can do much from here unless they go together.
Yep. I'm just looking at the southeast now, and the barracks has gone down. I think.
Yeah, you can see they're spamming out the AFEs now and APCs.
I think it might be worth it at some point, realistically, to think about pulling all your forces back to your main base and just pushing as fast as you can in both directions. Just try purely as that infantry, that's the only way you can really do it, because they've lost that vehicle factory already. I'm amazed by how quickly this turned, to be honest. But either way, yeah, it's pretty grim at the moment. I honestly don't see how they come back from this unless they can get a. I'm saying that now. I'm seeing an APC making some progress up here, but it is getting shot at by a turret.
Yeah, unfortunately, Xray have done pretty well with their defenses in the main base during the downtime.
Yep. There's turrets up. There's a redundant barracks. They've. It's going to be fair. I'm trying to say, and now this LT has essentially cornered this APC. I mean, they're trying to get APCs out, but I just don't know if going for the commander is the best option. They'd be better spent probably picking off refineries that are sort of left on their own, trying to get up some resource income. Laureate is redeploying his command vehicle, so clearly, oh yeah, the previous base has been overrun already.
Yeah, there's only one barracks left now, and that's in a very vulnerable position.
Yeah, and all this before 10 minutes as well. We didn't even need to increase the ticket count. Though having said that, they've already gone through, in less than 10 minutes, they've gone through 100 tickets on each team. That's another thing. I mean, Quebec have conserved tickets at least. Something they've been quite good at throughout the entire league, really. It's spending a lot less on tickets. But it just seems like they're so spread out over the map. There doesn't seem to be any real organisation to it, to be honest. Well, I'm seeing a few vehicles near the main base of. I mean, there's an APC
User
going.
in your channel timed out.
Oh, well, and microgas is timed out. But there's an APC right going now, and he's going in. If they get the kill spawns now, if they can get the stun off. But there's an engineer in the top seat. What's he doing? There's no. Where is the scout? Where is the scout? No scout in the top seat yet. This is unbelievable. And now he's finally there, but it's too late. It's too late. Right. And the command vehicle's here as well. You see, use it, and the stun's there. The stun is on. That's it. The APC is there. We've got the entirety of the teams now. The barracks is down. That's it. They're going for it. They're actually doing it. They're doing it. Holy shit! They actually pulled this off. All the focus on there. We've got Xray infantry rushing across, but they're too late. They've got 3 APCs by the command vehicle now. Seriously impressive stuff here. I cannot believe they managed to pull that off. Yeah. I'm saying like this like it's already over, and you know, theoretically it could have been saved, but nah. Well played from Quebec. Really, really impressive stuff. And now I guess we'll go straight to the next
User
map.
joined your channel.
Deif.
Yeah,
Quebec won.
I just saw. How did that happen?
Yeah, I know, right? I could not believe it. It was just they just got in there, and for ages the APC had no scout in the top. There was an engineer sat on the top, and then eventually, I think it might have been Uzi that got the stun off. And after that, just all these APCs just came out of sort of that were all dotted around the map and took it. It was unbelievably well played. Yeah, really, really impressive. Yeah, as security is saying there was Uzi. So yeah, game 1 to Quebec, and I thought that was incredibly impressive there to turn it around after pretty much a definite loss. So game on for game 2, I guess. Let's see how this goes.
So did that APC come from the west? Because that was the only side where the walls weren't up.
It sort of came from that direction, but it had to really snake its way through the walls, and it was next to the CV for a long time before they got a stun off. There were a lot of people spawning as engineers, so there was an engineer in the top seat for a good sort of 10-15 seconds or something like that. But and I haven't increased the vote time, so I need to sort that out. But anyway, thanks. Let's go to game 2 next.